Hey YouTubers, this is the GOAT and I'm joined by
Mason AJ.
Today we are talking about the Man of Steel. This is Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan. They brought you 300 and what was Christopher? Oh, the new Batman series, the Batman film series with Christian Bale. That's all Christopher Nolan.
Which are established dope series. You can't go wrong with those.
Zack Snyder's coming off of the 300 movie, Sin City.
Yes.
And there's another one that one more comic book. Oh, Watchmen, the legendary Watchmen movie.
How can we forget that?
So he's actually a comic book movie alum also, and he's made some great films for us, for our community and everything.
Because he's a part of the community, so he knows what we're looking for, how to do it. He's not just some guy who comes like, oh yeah, I'll make a Batman movie.
Yeah, I think he's a fan. He's really a fan.
He's an aficionado.
He is an aficionado.
Shout out to Zack Snyder.
Same thing with Christopher Nolan. They have combined to make Man of Steel, and I was totally surprised. Like, and I was very much happy with it, the outcome.
With the Man of Steel movie, it really took me, as a non-Superman fan, as a non-DC fan, it really grabbed hold of me. It made me believe in Superman. It made me believe in that whole mythology.
Made it very realistic, and they do a great job of setting up his mythology, his lore in this movie universe.
They established Krypton.
They even do it better than the comic book.
Yes,
they do it way better than the comic book.
I'm reading the 52 Superman, especially Superman Unchained.
It was just a new revamp and everything. Like just revamped
like that. And I still to this day, up before this movie, I still got no real sense of Krypton. Like, I saw it. It's a bunch of crystals. People live there. But I ain't got no sense of the history, the culture, their technology. You know, their art. Like, what makes them them?
There was a lot of great visual things for Krypton. I didn't. I had one nitpick with that. In seeing Krypton, I don't understand how you live there and walk around. Like, it didn't make any structural sense. It didn't, but you really, when they speak about their society, their class system, how everything's set up, I got that sense of Krypton. I actually liked it, and it was the first time I ever hear about Krypton or see Krypton, and I actually didn't like the way their society was set up, and it was an interesting take on it.
It seemed like a flawed society. So for them to collapse into themselves, they seem more realistic as opposed to we're this great utopian society, everything's working good, there's no murder, no crime, and we just happen to explode.
And there plenty of murder, courtesy of General Zod,
who I love. In fact, it's almost one of those things like, what is it not to like? But one thing I like about with the Man of Steel, they flushed him out. They made him believable.
You understand his drive for everything. He is General Zod, leader of the army of Krypton, and he doesn't like the way that the bureaucrats are running everything, so he takes it upon himself to take over for Krypton's future.
Right, not for himself. It's not like, oh, I want to rule. It's like, no, I'm doing this for the best of Krypton. Once again, he even says that as a warrior, everything he does is for Krypton, and you believe it. But even better than General Zod, I'm going to what I said, it's General Zod's crew.
Oh yeah, they Kryptonians in this one, the Kryptonian military go hard. And they really they crack some heads. There's the one, the girl in particular, Zora or something.
You know what, Zora, whatever your name is, call me. Okay, here's my number somewhere right here.
Bro.
You know,
I date it. I don't know, in that shirt. In the movie, they proceed to just manhandle Superman, and the military was no joke. There's even again, in establishing Krypton, they set up like this Kryptonian martial art that was really fluid, really clean, and I was just a fan of everything visually. Now there were a couple of flaws. Zod, as far as a fighter, being the general and what they set up for the community, he gets his ass handed to him a couple of times by everybody, including Jor-El, who's set up as a scientist, a man of science, and Jor-El works him.
But you know what? IBM broke this down to me. He said, first of all, it's still Russell Crowe.
That's what I was thinking. He's still fighting Maximus, so it's not like Maximus.
He was like, you know what? I'm a gladiator, Papa. I'm Robin Hood, Papa. Stay down. I make better movies than you.
I forgot what movie I was in. And like, no, you're supposed to lose this one, Russell. Yeah, no, I can see that.
You know, one thing I do like, and some people disagree with me, is Lois Lane. I never liked her really as a character before.
I like this Lois Lane.
But I like it, and somebody was like, you know, she's not pretty. I was like, but she's a working woman. I got the feeling that she's an actual reporter. She actually knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she found out who Superman. She was able to, by clues and everything, traced him back to Clark Kent.
To Smallville.
She ended up right there at his mom's doorstep and got a meeting with him and everything. And it's actually the first time you see her as a real reporter and finding out who he is. She knows who Superman is. Oh my God. For the last 90 years of this comic book, Lois Lane is the worst reporter of all time. She's the worst, but no, in this one she knows who he is. Even when Clark comes into working at the Daily Planet, she knows that he's Superman is just their little secret between the two.
And speaking of Superman, what's the name of the actor?
Henry Cavill, or
fantastic job. Good props out to that guy. Okay, because he had the voice, he had the pose, he had the physique. I mean, that dude got big.
Yeah, he was a big guy.
Like, he was a big guy like that. But more than he had, like, I want to say, like, the regalness. Because when he spoke of Superman, he was like, "I'm Superman."
He had that clean farm boy. Look. And I liked it a lot.
It was believable, and they
Kenneth Rockeford's art of him.
Yes,
it's very clean and strong though.
Right. And in the movie, they do kind of do a little bit of flashbacks, but they're very good flashbacks. As you know, as the G.O.A.T has often said, he's tired of watching origins of these characters' origins over and over again.
They treat us like we are intelligent, and the character's been around for 90 years. Everyone knows the story of Superman. We don't have to watch it really again. We watch it, but we're getting behind everything and what the motivations of everyone.
We get to see
very important for me.
We get to see what he's like as a child, how he first got his powers, how as a child reacts to that. He's like, "Mommy, help me! I don't know what to do."
But that was not the focus of those scenes. No. Which if they had just focused on his origin, I cannot sit there again. And in fact, they did it so cleanly, I didn't mind watching everything.
No, watch everything, because it also brought a whole new perspective on it. Because, and you know, as a child, you know, as with Superman, as young Clark Kent, he had to learn over years to focus his powers, to not hear the world, to not see everything in X-ray vision. So when the Kryptonians first came down,
and they take off their helmet, they're so overcome by everything, all the sounds and everything. It was actually their weakness for much of the movie.
And until General Zod says no.
Until General Zod reminds him that he's General
Zod.
It's actually a great action scene. Superman is forced to fight against people who are just powerful, and it works out great. There's the whole basis of the movie is that along with Clark came an artifact that can rebuild the Kryptonian race, and Zod has escaped from the Phantom Zone, come to Earth, tracking him down, trying to get this artifact back, and then actually is planning on destroying what we know is the Earth to rebuild it as a new Krypton.
Right.
That's the movie in a nutshell, and it is fantastic.
He's going to use the foundation of Earth to rebuild Krypton. But one thing you said, the Phantom Zone, which is established, which is very much established in the DC universe, is a terrible place to be. I got that it's bad. I mean, we hear about it, we see going like that. But this is the first time where people, like, you actually got to feel it like an organic place. Like, I don't want
and
to
they use it as a form of Kryptonian technology. It was like the engine for their
right.
Ships and everything.
They reverse engineered it to like work for them.
Well, it was in each ship anyway.
Oh, okay. I missed that part.
Yeah, it was very clean. The technology also. There was in the old Superman comics. There's this robot that used to hang around the Fortress of Solitude. Its name was like Zulax or something, but it was like this floating head thing. They show what that is. It's almost like their Alfred, and everybody has one. It's their Alfred. It's their cell phone. It's all in one. And
it's Alfred, really Jarvis, you know, T-Mobile, AT&T, all put together.
It was really cool to see the technology. Jor-El flies this giant dragonfly horse thing. It was again, Krypton was a little scattered, but it was really cool. Their guns were really powerful, but they were actual weapons. And again, that martial art, the way it had it fleshed out was very regal, very clean, very beyond modern. It was very futuristic. I liked it a lot.
But you know, one thing I do like, and we've kind of already said this, but I gotta say it again: Superman can't fight. I've always said
they show that Superman cannot fight.
Hey, if you had basic level super strength and knew karate or boxing or anything of the sort, you would beat Superman. Yo, Superman flies at people. I'm gonna come at you, and they're like, no. Chain of hands.
Did not work against. There's a great scene. It's 2-on-1. It's Zora and this gigantic Kryptonian soldier, and
you might as well call him Solomon Grundy. He might as well have been Solomon Grundy.
Well, I think it's actually a nod back to the old 70s Superman, because there was Zod, there was a girl, and then there was
the big guy.
Big guy, and I think it's a nod back to that one. But those two characters, they work super
right. But
there's not enough flying at them and swinging. The movie was done very clean, and then it comes down to the ending, where Zod forces Superman, Clark Kent, Kal-El to make a choice how far are you willing? Where Zod was like, I was willing to do all this to protect my people, to preserve them and bring them back.
To protect Krypton.
How far are you willing to go to protect these people if you go against your own people? And Zod is now at this point in the movie. Spoilers, everyone.
Bam.
He is the last Kryptonian other than Superman. Superman's got his arm around his neck, and Zod is about to kill this family with using his laser vision, and he's forcing Clark to make it. And Clark is pleading with him. Superman is pleading with him, please stop, and he forces him to break his neck. And still Superman, so he lets out this painful scream where he just didn't want to do it, no matter how evil Zod is. Because I can't really say that he's evil in this movie.
Really more just on the other side.
He wants he was on the other side. That's a good way to look at it. It's just a really powerful ending. I wish the comics and the writers would draw more from this, because it had everything that we need. That Kryptonian background, powerful enemy, Superman forced to make life-altering decisions. His relationship with Earth and humans is established as, like, do I trust them to trust me? And what do I have to do to get them to trust me? The humans are like, can we trust this guy? Like, he's been here and see. It's amazing, and he doesn't come right out the bat as Superman.
He spends years and years and years as...
Shout out to Pa Kent, who's never been stronger on film or probably in the comics than in this movie. There's times where he's talking to Clark and he's like, maybe you should let a couple of these people die because you don't want to expose yourself.
But and then on the flip side is Jarrell King, who also gets really, really drawn out. And where podcasts like, you know, be a good guy, but don't flaunt your power. Like, just be who you are, but don't let your power be who you are. Yeah. Jarrell is like, your power is great. You're meant for greatness. Do great things. Be the greatest thing. Just make sure you're on the good side of things. Be a good guy. Yeah. But be the greatest good guy that can.
Make your choices. You choose your life. They're both like, you choose your life.
And it's like almost like watching.
Choose carefully. It was amazing.
It's two different philosophies, two different father figures, and watching them both influence Clark Kent, Superman, Kal-El, and watching him become that man, watching him become the Man of Steel.
And Pa Kent's death in this one, in the comics, depending on what comic you read, because sometimes he's alive, sometimes he's not. But it's always a heart attack. It's Clark's first real human loss to realize how fragile life is. In this one, he goes out as a hero, and he stands there. Clark could totally save him, but he would have exposed himself. And he just puts up his hand and he tells Clark to just stop, and he accepts his death, and it's one of the strongest things I've ever seen on film for any movie, period. It was a really great scene. Shout out to Kevin Costner.
I was like,
and Russell Crowe. I just throwing this out there. Both of Superman's dads are Robin Hood. So that was cool little fact. Jarrell is also beautifully fleshed out throughout this movie. You see him in action, and he's a badass. Even dead, he is a badass.
He even told General Zod, he pretty much what it came down, he was like, I'm a dead man, but I'm so gangster, even you want to have a conversation with me. Okay. Like, recognize that for what that is. But the only thing I really caught me with Man of Steel was the clothing. What was really more the Kryptonian armor. In the New 52, they kind of established that the S is the House of L.
And then like armor spreads from it. In this one, they have these bodysuits that are that you wear under your armor, and they all hold your crest. That's really what Superman's suit is made of.
Because in the movie, they established that the S is the Kryptonian sign for hope, and because the House of L is the House of Hope and everything, which is a little corny, but you know, it worked. I still liked it. I believed it. And watching that, and watching the armor come off of it, and watching them move, it felt
the clothing is amazing. I love it.
I need to get me a Kryptonian tailor. That's what I need to say.
I don't think there's many of them around anymore.
Anyway, but you know, go watch the movie. Go watch this movie. If you're not a Superman fan, this might not convert you over to it, but this is going to get you to be like, maybe I should give that guy a try. Read the comic. Read the Injustice comic. If you really aren't really down with traditional Superman,
Go for the Injustice comic. That's probably again, as far as comics, that's probably the best Superman writing right now. If you've seen the movie, I want to know what you guys think about it. What's your favorite part? I can tell you mine is when Zod shakes off the armor and then finally teaches himself to fly in that 1 second.
Yeah, it
was really strong. And then of course the actual death of Zod. I thought that was an amazing scene.
I just like the fight scene between Superman and the two soldiers. You know, I felt like that big dude wanted a cape. He was like, why?
That fight scene is actually really
he's like, I want a cape too. Give me your cape, Superman.
Yeah, it's go check that out. And if you have checked it out, guys, comment below. Thank you guys for watching. We can't wait to hear from you. Here's our Facebook and our Twitter popping up on screen right now. Continue to follow us, like, share, all that good stuff. Please
subscribe.
comment. We always love hearing what you guys have to say. And we are the Comic Book Aficionados. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Latest.